First of all, I want to say thank you, God. Um, whatever I go through, I just want to say thank you. Uh, Thank you, first of all, to get to see things for what they are and able to look at myself with a level of dignity. Um, whatever is happening to me and whatever is going to happen to me, there's one thing I will never ask God is to trade places with these people. As I'm dying slow, as I'm being tortured and tormented, manipulated in these disturbing ways, the way these people live are just so foul. They have been living life manipulating me and others in these disgusting pedophilia ways. They eat, sleep, manipulations. It is such a humiliating life to live. I know they enjoy what comes with it, the ability to feel like gods, but the truth is, there is no way I would want to do what they do. They try to create a false reality. These people are truly the trash of these governmental entities, and they are trashing us. And the storylines they try to come up with to interrupt or to even disorient reality is crazy. It's like it's never gonna happen. You know that. When we see each other, do you understand how I see you? There's no more facade or psyop that's gonna counter reality. They use this trash, and it's funny. Yesterday they were doing this manipulation. It's so disgusting. It's typical gaslighting. I was not even watching, and you see this title, knockout, right? I'm gonna say that the reason why they use that is at this point, violence or the warning of violence should make me identify with the manipulations. So they will do something to me, manipulate my brain in this disgusting way. It's like, no, they're gonna knock you out, they're gonna burn you, they're gonna kill you, they're gonna knock you out. Like, they're gonna knock you out, knock out. Every time they make me experience some manipulation, they will say that. Now, I'm not saying that's not gonna happen. Actually, I think it's definitely gonna happen because of how humiliated they are. Because you are supposed to identify with this, and so me clearly saying, I know what you just do. Matter of fact, let me tell you why you do that. It's not because I'm a genius. It's obvious. Some of these gaslighting and methods are to insult you. It's like, oh, you're such an intelligent man. I was like, no, you just have to dumb yourself down, making me look like an intelligent man. It's extremely clear that you are using this tactic to try to make me accept something. For example, imagine I implant something on you, and I say, oh my, when you see it, I'm like, oh, kill him. You're going to get knocked out. You're going to kill. It's like that concept. Where at some point you think that the person is going to be like, oh my gosh, oh, it's me, oh my gosh. No. Regardless of whatever violence I'm going to go through, I can reassure you that I will never give these people the luxury to even have a deluded reality, deluded thoughts that I identify with this manipulation. I understand this is what you guys have been doing to me day in and day out for the last, since 2019, October to the August 2019. Non-stop. You've been rewiring and manipulating my brain in the nasty pedophilia ways. And during this whole process of doing that, not only I did not identify with this, but I found out how obvious and how validating it was that you guys do that to others. And I found out more and more to what nastiness you've done to people much more vulnerable. So not only I know that this is a tactic to break you down, but I know what you've done to other people much more vulnerable than me. Children being tortured in ways violated, as a matter of fact, violated by the defense technology that they're utilizing on me. Finding out that women have been destroyed in every ways. Destroyed. I mean, the complete destruction. Understanding that there's a tactic to try to get you confused, to make you believe this is anything but this mass government. That's why I see these childlike individuals who they themselves, as child the child that they are, really like, no, it's not that true. It's like, yes, I see you as that. I know you cause death, torture, torment to even babies. So I see you as that. Knockout's not going to change that. Me being burned is not going to change that. Me being castrated is not going to change that. That's the reality that we'll always follow this low life. This coward trash. So for me, when they say this thing, it's like I have to run to that. I have to run to these horrible things. What is it gonna do to these cowards? When me, a normal person, and I mean normal in the sense that I'm not this brave human being. I'm not a superhuman. Will run to some of the worst things. Will not try to escape. I'm here. They've been telling me about how I'm gonna be burned and tortured and castrated for years now. Straight up, it's like you're gonna be burned, you're gonna be castrated. It's like okay, and I do believe that's true. Why am I not moving somewhere else? Try to survive and whatnot. No, I'm here because I know these cowards are low life. I want them to be blessed in every way possible. I want them to, every time I find out new stuff, a child died because of mass shooting. I'm like, yes, his name is Aaron Young, trash. Look at this coward low life. He's only 14 years old. He's dead because trash like you, in the program that you're in, are pushing people to kill. And I see for what you really are. A low life bottom feeder who feels empowered, who's opening the doors like, yeah, a 3-year-old grabbing the private area because they're being burned. They're violating these kids. And see this little weak shit. Like, yeah, cowards. Live this nasty life. I'd rather be burned alive than having to live the life that they live. Eating, sleeping, manipulating a person into these nasty reactions. That's what they don't want to be seen. It's not they're scared of me. It's because as much as being manipulated day in and day out, I'm not identified with this. I heard this trash open the door, right? They use this childlike person. You see in the videos who I'm talking about. This is not even the worst. They are kids mentally. I don't know if they're actually children, but they open the door. It's like, at this point, I can say Aaron Young in front of you. It's like, you know what happened to this kid, right? What about Zoe who got shot in the legs when low life like you are doing these things, try to push people into insanity? Listen, one thing is for sure, they used to say things like that, right? They used to say, you better hope that, hope for it. Hope that we're going to be reimbursed for it. It's like, they don't say that as much anymore. Not that they're not allowed to say it. It's not the same as the first and last name that they can't say. They can say whatever they want, except that. But they like to. I noticed they don't say this anymore. I feel like throughout the time of me being here, being tortured, especially in this place, it started off like, yo, hope for that, and then it's like, what happened anymore? Like what happened to to me, having to hope that something comes to you guys for what you guys involved yourselves in. They changed it into something else now. You're going to hope for death. It's like, okay, because I'll be so much in pain. Yes, I probably will be. I understand that. God give me strength for whatever torture I'm going to go through because I'm not going to run away from it. But I don't have to hope for whatever to come back to you. Matter of fact, I think these people also expect the enjoyment that they had playing gods to come to them one way or another. They expect to get sick. They expect to have things going in certain ways that they didn't expect to. These bottom feeders. Throughout my time here, worse and worse things I'm hearing. The largest mass shooting, this validation that these entities are so pedophilia centric. Can you imagine being a level of pedophilia centric that Child Protective Service itself ranks them as top tier trafficker of child porn using this DoD network? Their servers are filled with child porn that they share, trafficking child porn. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's a place where there's a bunch of pedos and they are untouchable. How much more do you need to? More testimonies, I'm sure I can find more. It's just because I haven't had the time to sit down. It's like, okay, early on, especially like around 2020, I was going through finding more testimonies and things like that. I'm sure right now, if I go through like testimonies it's going to be even worse. A lot of more women talking about how they've been tortured and raped. In every way you can imagine, these people have been seen for truly what they are. The psyop is just humiliating. So you think that I'm going to look at you, and think that the government is not the one doing these things to me, but you. You want me to think that you are doing that? The direct energy weaponry, the this electromagnetic radiations, this is coming from you. Yeah, you. Do you really want me to be this retarded? You look at you. Just look at you in the mirror one day and just like look at me. I can pass from like me. I'm in this rogue group of femme fatale and do. Of course, it's not even feasible. You do. It's trash. These people are here in a program that's the worst thing you can ever imagine. There's no way I can. It's like, nah, it's fake. It's like, yeah, it's fake that you're involved in a program that just caused a mass shooting that killed a baby at 14-year-old. Or in a program that just out here raping women till suicide. Or torturing or violating children. That's fate. Is that not fate then? That a child is asking a very, very smart question. A child who got shot in a mass shooting where it was youth night, bowling night, kids night where they're playing, bowling, get shot in the leg. And so why would somebody do that? It's not fate that question would be asked by a 10-year-old and you guys are here with our kids. Trash ass. They wanted to leave this deluded reality. I was not going to let them box in this retardation of a bubble they created. Never. Like I said, every time they do this manipulation, it's like knockout. Listen, first of all, when they say knockout, I'm like, oh my gosh. You know how easy it is to knock me out at this point? My brain is so fragilized. Like I accidentally once hit my head to the against the wall. Not even that hard. I felt like dizzy. It's like whoa. It was like a little hit. I was like Jesus. My brain is just so shaky. So they said this thing knock out. It's like it's gonna be so big. It's gonna knock you out. You don't need to be big at this point. My brain is just destroyed. I can do this and feel shaky. So when they said knockout, I was like, oh, this is for the theater. They are here destroying my organs, my body. I can't even function properly. And talk about so the big guy's gonna knock you out. I was like, dude, my brain is destroyed. They're destroying my brain. You think knocking at this point, like in any other situation, if I was not a target individual, somebody say you're gonna be knocked out. Oh, I'll be like a little nervous. I'll be scared. But knowing that this technology is literally destroying me in ways that it's just like I'm in my bed. I haven't seen somebody for a day or so. My brain ravaged. I feel like at any point I can faint. My teeth are slowly going down. They're being destroyed. I could lose my. I was brushing my teeth. A little hit, boop. So fragile. Little blood come out. So this is gonna be a theater of torture, because everything is happening right now, and I haven't met a single person. Organs destroyed, man. Like right now it's feeling better, but last night they would make me swallow my own saliva. I wake up, I was like, oh, they're playing with so much is happening. They can make me scream right now in 2 seconds. My bones right here, my knee. We're scared to walk in ways that are just aggressive because I feel like this bone's gonna break. They can snap my bones right now. And I can scream and nobody's here. But they want to create these theaters that people can scream. They make women scream. They make children scream in pain. Because that's what they do. They can create a sensation of pain. They can make me I've once felt my hand burning. And I had nothing. I was like, is that pepper? I was like, why my hand burning? And like, now you'll scream. It's like, you think I haven't heard the testimonies of the scream? These people are truly creating a theater. They want to get out of they want to escape. It's like, no, with you, you're gonna scream, and it was payback. Our children, like they're truly creating the story because this testimony of a lot of women and children being tortured, screaming in pain. But the way they're torturing them is using this very sophisticated technology they've done to me. And for me, they kind of not cranking it up to the way that they want to, or to the max as they can. But they want to make me think that somebody's gonna do this and that, and that's like all of these people do to me. What you can do to me can be even way worse than that. They can destroy you every way. But for the purpose of the theatrics, and because the testimonies of what they do to me right now, even though it's not to the level of certain people, they want to delude themselves like, you know what? Yes, you keep hearing the testimony of how we've burned these people using this technology that can play with your sensories, your nervous sensory, makes you feel like you're burning. They made me feel like that before. In my hand, for some reason, it felt like burnt. They can make you burn. Like the woman saying, they make me feel like I was burning. Literally, some women have burn scar because this is so they do all these things they do to me, but they want to try to create it in a theatrical way, right? So let me go back. The reason why they say these violent things are gonna happen to me is because they want me to identify with manipulation. For example, where's this? Yesterday, first of all, they were doing this disgusting thing, right? I have my hand on my back, right? Actually, on the in my derriere, like I'm just like I'm on my bed in my bed, sitting, sleeping on the side. And listen to how obvious this thing is. They start making me think. I'm going through like some YouTube, right? And there's this like show called Truth or Drink, and there's this guy, this popular comedian and slash dancer, whatever, and a woman, and they're talking, right? It's like a game where they drink. They start making me think of this man's daughter, this little baby, little Chinese, Asian, black kid, adorable little girl. But I was forced to get a disgusting pedophilia reaction. I saw her maybe a year or 2 years ago. And so they start giving me stimulations. The kid is not in this video I'm watching. She's not there. They're just making me think of when they made me have this experience a year or 2 years ago. And right now they try to mess with my timelines, but I'm not even gonna waste my energy. It's during when I was a target individual, so maybe a year or 2 years ago, something like that. They gave me this disgusting reaction that they force people to have to torment me, right? As I'm saying that, they're like, no, they're gonna wait for you, they'll wait for you. Every time I bring that up, because I say that they force me to get stimulations, which is what they've done to me, to these babies, and they want me to identify with this. They're like, no, they're gonna wait for you, knock out, because they want you to identify with this. For example, like I said, imagine I put drugs on you, and you see them. It's like, oh, they wait for you, they're gonna kill you. That's the thing. That's the thing they do. To try to get you to identify with the manipulations. So let me repeat that as they're gonna say what's gonna happen to me. When they made me experience this nasty reaction toward this baby, who's like this little Asian kid, like half black, half this little girl, that they forced me to get stimulations, which was a year or 2 years ago or something like that. While I'm watching this video, who doesn't include this kid, they give me the stimulations and make me think of what they did to me at that time about this little girl. That's not there. And then, it's so nasty. So foul. And then, what was I gonna say? And then try to get away. I'm like, I'm okay. The baby's not there, but they're making me have this nasty reaction that they made me experience before, while the kid is not even there. So I go and I watch something else. something about some African country, nothing to do with anything else. They still make me think of that little girl. Give me stimulation, but then they try to give me the urge of grabbing myself in a private area. I'm watching something about something in completely, and they still try to create these things. Listen, this is what they do. When I said that they eat and sleep this nastiness, that's what I meant. They are living in a world where pedophilia is utilized as a tool to try to break you down. And as that is happening, I can hear somebody in the hallways like, oh, they're going to burn you, they're going to kill you, they're going to do this. As they try to get you to identify with this. As they try to make you accept these things. They say, no, you're going to be knocked out, you're going to be burned, you're going to be good. To try to make you accept these manipulations. This is part of this cognitive warfare where we're a test subject to. It's about breaking you down and make you identify with the things that make you experience. The thing is, I'll see them for the true pedophiles that they are. I've called them pedophiles in their faces. That's what they do to break you down. And then they want you to identify with these things. These low-life pedophiles. I'll never identify with this manipulation. I understand. Matter of fact, right now they're bringing up again this baby and forcing me the stimulation. At one point they were trying to even confuse because my brain at this point, my memories are good. They're like, no, but was it before? What? I don't even know this person. Like, I never watched this show before that. The reason why I see this family is because I was watching his podcast. That he and another man and a woman were together. So because of me watching so many of his podcasts, they start showing me his family stuff. They're trash. And in my brain, like, no, but you saw him in that show, the Wilding Act show. I was like, no. Listen, I know it was during this time. And that's because I was watching his podcast that was with him and then this woman. And then that's when it started generating videos of him and his family. Truly try to confuse even my memory to try to make me subscribe to these things. But my brain is fading away. Is becoming more manipulative, and at one point, not only they make me experience that feeling at that moment, where I'm watching this thing about this African country, news about this African country, they give me the stimulations, the sensations, while making me think of this kid, and then try to make me feel like grabbing myself, and then they try to go into my memories, and make me feel like I experienced. That's what I would experience naturally, and truly make me feel like that, and they will rewire the different feelings. So, make me think, have you ever felt stimulations? Yes, I have. Have you ever grabbed your private area? Yes, I have. You see? And so they'll do these things, make me feel like those are the experiences that I felt, right? But it was not because of this nasty ass, it's not because of these kids. So they make you feel like, no, you felt like that before. Yes, I felt stimulation in my life. Yes, I grabbed my private area. But I never had that feeling of stimulation or even that urge because of seeing a child. You're just rewiring it in these ways. In my brain, I try to create these other versions of stories. It's just stupidity. But they'll make this noise campaign. Now we're mad. They are rewiring your brain and just making you accept these things. It's disgusting. And then every time I bring that up, it's like, knock out. It's like, the day I get knocked out, I was like, oh my gosh. I believe now. No. I expect knockout, I expect castration, I expect burning, I expect the worst things. But I'll never identify with this shit. These trash and bottom feeders that work for pedophiles, and they work day in and day out to manipulate people in these ways. They torture babies. 3-year-old. That is fate that I got to see that for what it is. Now, if they can do that to women, babies, infants, who am I to not be able to? Who am I to not be a test subject? Who am I? If that's what they do to babies and women, why not me? Why would it just be? It would not be fair. If this 14-year-old just died playing bowling because the target individual lost his mind, why not me? But it's fate that while they do these things to us target individual, they've been exposed for truly what this is about. They cannot create this fantasy. They can send all these childlike individuals to be perps and address to and talk to you via V2K. They can utilize all kind of childlike methods to try to convince you otherwise. That's war. Yeah, right. Aaron Young didn't die because it was war. Aaron Young died because he was, unfortunately, at the wrong place at the wrong time when they were using this human being as a test subject for this cognitive warfare. And if his death was a fate, then it is fate. But one thing is for sure, it's fate that it happened while I'm here being manipulated by trash like them. They did these things later on with this baby. I was like, for sure. You know, they were doing this stimulation. I'm laying on my brain, on my bed. And by the way, my brain is being like, I said this as some kind of brain chemical. I don't know if it's dopamine. I don't know what it is, but you feel a weird rush. I couldn't sleep for hours. You just feel like a weird feeling in your brain. And that's usually when it's going to be really bad with the sexual stimulation or whatever else. I can feel it. And at some point, I was actually feeling like the pressures, like part of my brain. So that meant they were going to do some nasty pedophilia things. And every time they do these things, they didn't be quiet, right? Because I'm supposed to be like, oh, this time is true. I see this baby. It's so awesome, right? Stimulation, but the fact, because it's a girl, you know, if it was a boy, which at that point you don't see too much difference, they'll be like, no, that's not. It's fake. But if it's a girl, it's real. They got quiet, you see, and they give me like little light stimulations, not too much though, just a little bit. And then there's trash in the hallways to make a noise campaign to try to make me feel like I should feel guilty for the manipulation they make me have. Like I don't know it's them manipulating me this ways. I know who I am. This is some wholesome stuff that I would love to see. With that, you know, just this is the kind of content I love to see. But now it's turned into something that's disturbing to me. And it's funny because this is like a little baby. They're like, no, but toddler is real. This is, oh, you trash. You just make me experience this nastiness. It's always going to be like that. Because that's how they manipulate me. And they eat and sleep this. It's nasty. You know, I wake up and they're like, because they can still always try to create more stimulation. They do these things with me. That's so disgusting. I can just do one movement of my leg and I feel my private area being stimulated. It's like they really have restructured me. I move a little bit, stimulation, and when I have the stimulation, they make me think of a kid. Creating this stimulation, making me think of a child and sex and combining things. They work and sleep. Their life currently is to manipulate me and condition my brain to think about kids in a sexual way. That is what they live for. They are nasty bottom feeders. In my brain, they try to say, nah, but when you pay for what you did as a kid, like, but in fact, they would try to say, no, what we did is like we mapped it to you as a kid. You trash us. I never felt like that when I was a kid. And on top of that, I'm a grown-ass man, and I know that's what you guys do. It's like, nah, it's fake for what you did as a kid. These people are literally burning kids' hands. Like, this is how horrible it is. And they're here dumbing themselves down to try to make me accept these manipulations. Of course, I know it's not me when I was a kid. That's what you're doing to me today. But even that, this is the rationality that they have to use. Because when you're involved in this, and this guy who was trying to be comical said, you're such an intelligent man. No, I'm not an intelligent man. Well, I'm an intelligent man in a sense, but I'm not like more intelligent than you. You just have to dumb yourself down. You just have to make yourself damn near retarded. That's why. You chose to do this, you enjoyed this, you were God, but you at one point, at what cost? To gaslight me, you have to make yourself damn near retarded. That's why in this case, having child-minded people kind of helps in this situation. They have no shame. There's no shame. Like, they have no shame. Of course, we're manipulating you to experience this. Whatever sexual stimulations is what they do to me. Matter of fact, not only I know I'm being manipulated, but others have said the exact same thing. They have literally utilized pedophilia type of torture. This is not even a term that I came up with. But you want me to be like, no, you know what you're doing? You're making me think like a kid, or when I was a kid. That's stupidity, the level of stupidity. I can never let them live the fantasy. In every way, they've been humiliated by reality. Can you imagine? You are this very functioning, smart individual. You're trying to make somebody believe this false reality. He literally has testimonies of others literally calling some detectives we're doing to him. They're calling out the exact same thing. Matter of fact, they give it a term that now he uses to describe what's happening to him. Imagine when you have like somebody say, they do these things to me, they make me have the smell of this, and they do the pedophilia type of torture. How humiliating is that? And in my brain, like, no, but remember when you're a kid and give me stimulation. Oh, Jesus. So you tell me it's me when I was a child, or it's the pedophilia type of torture that this person is saying, that describe a lot of the things I go through. And that's the end there. It's not that woman who's forced to get sexual, perverted reaction, what she called it? She had like the program of perversion, where they aim those sensations toward children. It's not that. It's not that woman, that transgender woman who's like this, changing my thoughts in these pedophilia ways. It's not the fact that they can use their sexual arousals to play with you. It's not the fact that child pornography is implanted in people's mind that are target individual. But I should think of me as a child, and you guys rewire my childhood memories to make me accept these things. Delusional trash. Manipulate my memories in my childhood to make me accept these pedophilia things they do, the pedophilia type of torture. I'll never let them live the fantasy. And I will call out what they do. And it is fate that the testimonies are so available for us to see what they do. And they're so systematic that you can see a trend of how they break people down. So today when they do this pedophilia type of torture, you're like, nice, we mapped it to you as a kid. Like, first of all, did you hear what you just said? And second of all, listen to this testimony that say the exact same thing. That you are forcing people to have sexual stimulation toward children. Right now, what they try to do, what they've been holding on to is this inappropriate act of me as a child in middle school that never happened again. So when they do this nasty manipulation, they say, no, but that's proof. Remember what you did when you were in middle school. I'm not a child, one. And two, I know you play with my libido. And three, please don't have people all around the world saying the same things and try to convince me that this is not happening to you. But it's you when you're a kid, you see proof. And I have a person who can literally say things like that.
B2K, or voice to school. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams and videos in my...
Literally saying these things, the pedophilia type of torture, this is said multiple times. So for me, it's just like, be strong in a sense of understanding this is what they do. They're going to continuously force me to get sexual stimulation toward children, to torment me, to disorient me. And then they're going to try to create a rationality that is childlike minded. It's like, no, it's you when you were a kid. Us who do the pedophilia type of torture. We're not doing that to you this time. We are looking at how you were reacting when you were a kid. Thank you, God. Because it is fate to hear somebody who calls a torture and torment in a way that just kills this fucking fantasy they created. In every ways, it's impossible to not see the obvious manipulation. It's obvious that they force men and women in these disgusting ways. They eat, sleep this, and they're like, and when they try to find the circumvent the rationality of course they're forcing you to get this nasty estimation. They're like, we beat you, we won. No, my brain's just this level of retardation. You haven't won. You're just a dumbass retard that manipulate men and women in this disgusting way for these governmental entities. You work for pedophiles. You lost, but you don't even know you lost because you're enjoying this right now.